Please welcome Alexander Volkov. And his opponent, a devastating French striker who's already won UFC gold. A combination of power and speed that is rarely seen in the heavyweight division. Please welcome the former interim UFC heavyweight champion, Ciryl Gane. Moving on to the co-main event, a 5-round title eliminator in the welterweight division. Up first, a young Irish contender who's been soaring up the ranks. Undefeated at 15-0 and looking to secure a title shot. Please welcome the number 7 ranked welterweight in the UFC, the future, Machado Garry. His opponent, one of the most devastating finishers the UFC has to offer. Also undefeated at 18-0, with all 18 wins coming by stoppage. Please put your hands together for the number 3 ranked welterweight in the world, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Finally, our thrilling flyweight championship main event. To the stage first, a dynamic finisher with 13 knockouts to his name, making his UFC debut on the biggest of stages. Please put your hands together for the challenger, Asakura. Standing across from him on Saturday night, one of the best flyweight finishers to ever grace the octagon. He enters Saturday on a 6-fight win streak and is looking to make his 3rd title defense. Please put your hands together for the flyweight champion of the world, Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja.
All right, good to be back in the fight capital of the world. Final pay-per-view of 2024. We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is UFC 310, Pantoja versus Asakura. Tickets are still available at AXS.com. All right, who has the first question? Jose, go ahead.
Start with the champion, Alexandre Pantoja, way in the back, right here. Obviously, it's incredibly rare for the UFC to sign another promotions champion. It's even rare for them to grant a fighter a title shot right away. So I'm curious, when they did present you with the name Kai Asakura, who maybe American fans weren't aware of, what did you make when it was his name that came across your desk on the contract?
Yeah, I feel super excited, you know. Asakura is a big star in Japan. He have a amazing finish, you know. That's a big challenger for me. And when I finished my fight to Tercheg, I looked at the rank, start to figure out who's going to be my next opponent. UFC bringing me another champ, you know. That's so good for me. I'm here for that, for fight with the best fights of the world, and now I have the chance to fight one of the best.
At Media Day, he said, you know, there's a new king in town. He's here to bring excitement back to the flyweight division. So I'm curious, when you hear these words, do you take that as personal to you in the division, or is it just him trying to build the fight?
He tried to make it more spice, you know, and I like that, you know. That's a new blood for the division, like you say, and this is not just good for me, but for whole division, you know. After my fight with him, he have a lot of good names to fight, you know. He have a very tough guys to challenge it too, you know. I'm here for a long time, and I'm gonna stay with this belt for a long time too.
Similar question for Kai Asakura, all the way in the back, right here. Obviously, you know, you said at Media Day you've been watching the flyweight and the bantamweight division. So I'm curious, what have you made of Pantoja's reign as the flyweight champion, his skill set in there?
Oh, listen. First of all, I'm here to make UFC flyweight division great again. First, I want to say thank you to everybody at UFC audience, Japanese people, and my team. Everyone gave me great opportunity. Thank you so much.
And one final one for Kai. You know, there might be a lot of American fans that have never...
Sorry, question?
One more question for Kai.
Oh, okay. He's a great. But in my opinion, his fight style is no good, you know? No? Champion has to do most exciting fight. and you should more promotion.
So Pantoja, what do you make of Kai's words?
He gonna see Saturday how emotional it can be. Saturday night he can see that. I think my fights talk about me. I fight very good with Moreno, Rival, or Chag. That's my 3 last fights. I make 15 rounds in 10 rounds. With the best for the division. And now Kai Asakura have the chance to fight with the champ. He gonna feel that.
I promise everyone, I will beat him by knockout.
My final question for Kai. Kai, one more for you. There's a lot of American fans that maybe have never seen you fight before. Saturday will be their first opportunity to see you fight someone of the caliber of Alexandre Pantoja. So what can fans expect from you when the fight finally does enter the octagon?
That was a question about the American fans. What can American fans expect?
Listen, I will put on the show, 100%.
Thank you, Jose. Who's next?
Question for Ian. Ian, you said yesterday at Media Day that if you could have planned your route to the title, you'd have liked to face a grinding wrestler to prove to fans that you can wrestle. But in actuality, because of Shavkat's style and his well-roundedness, is he not a tougher test for you that you can prove to everyone how good you are?
Absolutely, he's a tougher test than a grindy wrestler. Shavkat's phenomenal everywhere on the feet. He can grapple, he can wrestle, he can beat you on the feet with submissions, with strikes. He can beat you on the ground with submission and strikes. I just feel like it would have been a nice box to tick off, to go out there and show the world that I can shut down people's wrestling against that American style and then go forward and fight someone like himself. And I'm very excited to have this opportunity.
Yesterday, he was given your prediction on how you were going to win the fight. He did describe you as being delusional. I'm curious, you like proving people wrong. Is there anything extra to that statement that you're looking forward to proving him wrong on Saturday?
He said I was delusional.
He did.
That's okay. Saturday night, we've got to do it under the biggest lights, the biggest stage. What matters to me is when I get my hand raised and I show the world that I was right every single time.
Question for Shavkat. Shavkat, you made it clear that you did tap Ian in sparring. Is that the way you think you can win this fight, by using your submission skills to beat him on Saturday?
Иә, әрине. Тренировка бұл басқа зат. Жекпе-жекке шыққан кезде мен барлық күшін көрсетемін, қандай екенін. Бұл спаррингтен да мықтырақ, одан да күшті, одан да көп прессинг жасаймын.
Yeah, for sure, training is one thing, but fight is another. And in fight, I'm going to show my full power to him.
And question for you, Jon. We always like to get your take. It's very rare in MMA that we get 2 undefeated guys on their way to the top. What do you think that adds to this co-main event, the fact that these guys have both not been beaten in the cage?
It adds a ton to it, and I think were it not for the fact that Bilal Muhammad just won the belt 4.5 months ago, these guys deserve to be fighting for a championship this weekend, interim or otherwise. I know that's not always a popular opinion, but these guys to me look like future champions, and obviously maybe second quarter 2025, whoever wins Saturday night is going to get that crack, but I'm jonesing to watch them get in there, and we'll see whose O remains come Sunday morning.
I'm pretty sure this is the most wins combined, undefeated in UFC history. Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa fought. They were 32-0. Me and Shavkat are making history here, 33-0, and that sells the fight itself. You've got 2 of the best welterweights you've ever seen in this division. We're going out here Saturday night, and we're going to put on a show for the fans, and someone's always got to go. Who's it going to be?
Иә, әрине, мен дайынмын шоу көрсетуге.
Yeah, I'm ready to put on a show too.
Hello. Questions for both Ciryl and then for Alexander Volkov. It's going to be the same questions. The same question, starting with Ciryl. It's heavyweights, everybody hits like trucks, but you said about the power of Volkov that he hits particularly heavy. Can you describe how heavy it feels when he hits you and compared to the people that you fought before?
Well, you see, yes, I tested already his power, and I tested already the power of Derrick Lewis, Francis Ngannou, and a lot of big guys like Chivas also. So, yeah, he has the power, me too. We are a heavyweight. This is perfectly normal.
And for Alexander Volkov also, can you describe the power punching of Ciryl? How does it compare to other heavyweights and how hard does he hit?
We get to decision, so not so hard.
And to continue with you, Alexander, so the first fight, what was missing? You lost the decision, it was close in the beginning of the fight. What happened?
I just made the history for us to do a revenge, so now it's just good history to do a revenge with him. Just a story. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It was. I just use not right plan in this fight. This time it will be another one.
And one last question, just for Ciryl. This one is in 3 rounds, so does it mean that you'll have to go balls to the walls from the beginning and go really hard for 3 rounds?
Oh yeah, of course, because at this time it would be for 3. You can take your time when you have 5, and because you must to keep your energy at the hand. But yeah, it will be really different. That's why I'm so excited about this fight. This is the same thing for him. We're gonna go for the high intensity, and that's so exciting.
Question for Ian Machado Garry. Iron sharpens iron. You and Shavkat have trained together before. I want to know, how has he made you better as a fighter?
When you train with the best in the world, it brings the best out of you. But I can sit here and say, Shavkat never brought his best. I never brought my best. We were training, we were learning, we were grinding, we were growing. Saturday night, he brings everything that he's got. I bring everything that I've got. And one of us is going to go forward and fight for a title. And I'm promising you now, everything in my power, it's going to be me.
Question for Shavkat. In 11 days, it's Kazakhstan Independence Day. What Kazakh tradition do you bring into the octagon, and how does it help you as a person?
Yeah, әрине біз үшін үлкен күн, біздің тәуелсіздік күніміз. Бұл мен үшін өте маңызды. Мен октагонға шыққан кезімде барлық күшімді сол жақта қалдырам. Тек қана маған жеңіс керек болды.
Yeah, you know, it's a big day for us. It's an important holiday for me, Independence Day of Kazakhstan. That's why I'm going to go out there in Octagon and leave all my power there.
And question for Ciryl. You were a big role in getting MMA legalized in France. What would be a bigger accomplishment? Becoming undisputed UFC heavyweight champion, or because you got France MMA legalized?
Oh, that's a great question, but I think to have the interim belt, what an amazing memories, and now I'm looking for that again.
My first question is for Shavkat. Shavkat, ever since you made your rise to the top, the UFC has been exploring Kazakhstan, a lot more fighters getting signed from Kazakhstan. How does it feel to be the face of that push, and then be the guy that is just the face and what everyone wants to see?
Yeah, әрине. Қашандан бастап мен төбелес бастағаннан кейін UFC қазақстандық жауынгерлерді контракт беріп, қызығып, көріп, бізде керемет фан база бар, сондықтан да керемет. Бізде именно UFC-ні өте қатты жақсы көреді, халқымыз қызыққан.
Yeah, since I started fighting in the UFC started signing a lot more talents from Kazakhstan. We have a big fan base, and in the future we hope UFC comes to our country too.
My next one's for Ian Garry. Ian, you taught your son the DC single leg in front of DC yesterday. How does it feel to have those moments with your son as a father and give him those moments to look back on in the future?
It proves that I'm doing everything right as a father. I bring him around the world. He sees all the hard work and dedication that I have. I surround him with such amazing role models that he sees the dedication that me and my friends have on the mats every day. And it just shows that he soaks up everything, that your child is a mirror. If you treat them badly, they will treat other people badly. If you bring them joy, they will bring it back to you in 1,000,000%. So it's an honor to see him smile and laugh every day. So I feel very proud.
A question for Ian Garry. This time last year, Colby Covington was on this stage and had a lot to say about you.
Where is he now? Where has he been for the last 8 months? He's been fucking running since that day he met me. He's
now that
running
you're on,
since that day.
now that you're on this stage taking a fight that no one in the division wanted, do you have a message for Colby Covington?
Colby Covington's afraid of me, right? He will never in his life stand in the octagon with me and face his fears. I promise you now, my goal, my dream scenario, I finish Shavkat early, come out unscathed, walk my ass down to Florida, put that man in the octagon with me and see what happens. I would dog walk him for 25 minutes and make it the worst night of his life. I promise you that now. He'll never do it.
Next question for Pantoja. You are 9-0 against the top 10 in your division. Do you think a win this weekend puts you further up the pound-for-pound rankings?
Of course, I tell that before. Maybe the pound for pound for everybody is just numbers, but for fighters, that's something, like a fighter, I want to be the best of the best, I want to be the number one. And I think when I fight with Asakura, I try to have a quick finish and climb to the ranks.
Pantoja, em português aqui. Pantoja, quando você conquistou o cinturão, uma das primeiras coisas que você disse no octógono foi: se vocês me conhecerem, vocês vão me amar. Você acha que você conseguiu mostrar o seu verdadeiro eu para os fãs? Hoje eles te amam. E o que era que você queria mostrar para eles?
When you won your title, you told people, guys, if you know my story, you're going to love me. Do you think you're able to show the fans who you are? And if you did, what was it that you wanted to show?
Eu acho que faz sentido para quem quer ser atingido pela minha mensagem, sabe? Eu acho que nem todo mundo está preparado para o que eu estou falando, né? Eu gosto de falar que, às vezes, eu sou verdadeiro demais para esse mundo falso, sabe? E eu espero atingir quem merece ser atingido, quem acompanha a minha história, quem sabe o principal valor está ali na cadeira ali, minha família, junto com meus técnicos, que são muito mais que meus técnicos, minha família também.
I think this message made sense for all those who wanted to be touched by my message. I don't think the world is ready for a guy like me, true like I am. I don't think the world is ready for so much truth in such a fake world, For those that were ready for it, the message is there. And the true value, the true worth of my life is right there, what matters to me. My family and my coaches were a family to me as well.
We don't need a K-pop champion.
Pantoja, a última. Quando se fala muito, você tem falado de ranking. Quando você olha para o ranking, você acha que algumas pessoas te subestimam? E você acha que a inteligência artificial é alguma solução para você? Você gostaria que fosse adotado e te garantiria umas posições?
Whenever you talk about rankings, sometimes, positions and rankings matter. And do you feel underestimated by the rankings? And you feel if AI was used for rankings, it would do you better?
Eu acho que a inteligência artificial vai chocar o mundo. Acho que nem todo mundo está preparado para o que vai acontecer. Mas a resposta que eu tenho é sábado à noite. Eu vou fazer de tudo para subir nesse ranking e botar a bandeira do Brasil o mais alto possível.
I think AI is going to shock the world. I don't think many people are ready for what's going to happen. But the true answer is going to be on Saturday. On Saturday, I'm going to show people, and I'm going to put that Brazilian flag up there and show everybody what's up.
Yeah. So this week, you said that you were asking for Brazilian ID, CPF. You said that Charles Oliveira is your favorite fighter. You said that you want to fight for the title at the same night Charles fights for the title. Charles Oliveira and Diego Lima are here. They flew from Brazil. They're going to be in your corner. Could you explain for us, please, how did you link up to Brazil? How that connection became so big?
Do you want it in Portuguese or in English?
It's up to you. English.
Sua opção. O campeão do mundo vai de novo. Ele ganhou o cinturão ano que vem. Você viu Charles e ele time no shoot box? Tem uma energia diferente. É muito especial. Eu vi muito vezes ele com todo o time. It's different. He has a different energy with his team. The energy is special. It's different. It's what makes him so powerful. He walks into that octagon knowing that he has all the support of his family and his team behind him. And to me, that's inspiring. It's inspiring. There's a reason. Você é iluminado, mano. Você é meu amigo. Te amo muito. Te amo junto. That's everything. I'm proud to say I'm proud of the Shoot the Box family. I'm proud to have these two Brazilians in my corner. It's an absolute honor, and I can't wait to represent Brazil and Ireland in this octagon. Obrigado, mano.
All right, last call. I think that's going to do it. Don't forget, we're back here with a UFC 311 press conference tomorrow, and of course, the ceremonial weigh-in for UFC 310. Mick Maynard's going to come on up here and stare these athletes down. Hang on a minute as we clear the stage. Thank you all for coming out.